run to the shores of the Tennessee River. Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. The Knights will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Newton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Tennessee's offense will get first crack at it today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you can tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Makes the grab on the shot. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football. It just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The 2024 season for Tennessee had some highs, wins over Bama, Florida, and Oklahoma. Man, it didn't end with a thud. They got clipped by the Ohio State buzzsaw and then suffered the big shocker of the offseason with Nico Iamaleava jumping into the transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't know that there was a more interesting offseason than in Knoxville. The quarterback spot, the drama, the back and forth, and Nico leaves, and then Joey Aguirre, who he goes to UCLA, Nico, and now the guy who transferred there transfers to Tennessee, so quarterback roulette, and Tennessee has a new guy.
There are things I expected to remain consistent, at least with Tennessee, though. Tim Banks is going to do a great job as defensive coordinator on that side of the ball, and you know Tennessee's going to run it as well. So I know a lot of question marks around the quarterback spot. There are other facets to this team that make them very dangerous.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him to...
Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. So the UCF Knights offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that... yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Jackson gonna throw it. On a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Hughes. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Grabbed behind the line, it's Burke. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and Nealon on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Power football with the run. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Pocket breaking down. It's complete. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
That's a pretty impressive throw, man. That's given me Peyton Manning to Peerless Price memories back when I was watching them, playing against them in college. That was a thing of beauty right there. There's a nice chemistry that this quarterback has with his group of wide receivers, and you see that in the timing of these throws.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot, just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
The play action fake. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Knights are facing 3rd and inches. Direct snap. Finding open areas. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits it right between the numbers. You've got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was all me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion back corner of the end zone. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. To the air, it's Aguilar. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. On 2nd and 10, a 4-wide-out set, trips right. Back to pass. This time it's complete. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
The Volunteers line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Jackson will throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Knights will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The analytics nerds say the goal was at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thomas. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Now the toss. They're able to keep him from scoring as he's guided out of bounds at the 5.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that in the court.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Great job by the back on the option.
It looks like the offense just had the defense confused on that option play. Nobody accounting for the pitch man. Running back able to walk in.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, the Tigers and Jayhawks just can't get along, and thankfully we have a winner in the border war between Kansas and Missouri. Kansas was able to cap off a close one in Lawrence with a narrow victory, and that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The Knights in a good spot here with second and short. Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in gaps. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be. Nowhere to run.
Jackson gonna throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Handoff from the gun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. From the gun on third down. And that one's incomplete.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Fights off the defender. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the...
Intercepted! A first half turnover can swing momentum. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plan.
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. complete. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Second down.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Volunteers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They'll immediately call timeout.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football away.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a great one today in Knoxville so far.
The Vols will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaken.
And down he goes back at the 3.
And this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you've got to create some momentum. You've got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. The Knights send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And the returner is stopped. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Makes the grab. It's Staley. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Offense just trying to get the ball to their receiver quickly out in space to the perimeter of the field. But how about the speed of the linebacker? Able to close and make that tackle. That's impressive.
Finds the tight end. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Trying to find the end zone. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Goes to the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on.
Touchdown ball! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree?
Jackson will throw. He'll pull it down and run.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Knights will send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. So here is the Tennessee offense. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Volunteers will punt this one away. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his been more like a nightmare. The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. They've got him bent deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Off from the shotgun.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. They had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. It's a running room. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. And the Volunteers are on the move. They'll ride the hot hand. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the...
Touchdown, Volunteer! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Knights in the hurry-up.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So this offense can capitalize off the desperate 4th down attempt and failure, and they can pad their lead.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want to be?
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Between the uprights, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Jackson gonna throw it. Lets it fly. Finds a man in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Looking to throw on 1st down. Keeps the play going. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. Tackle is made at the 38. Let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the right. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. If they won the game today, that's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.